Okay, let's start at quiz 10, question 4. All right, so there it is, quiz 10, question 4. All right, I've copied the question, or this part, the first part anyway. The price for a bike after 2 successive discounts of 34% and 18% is $121.77. What is the single equivalent rate of discount? Okay, so let's go to the question. So that is the question right there. Now, to get this single equivalent rate of discount, we will go to the formula sheet, which is right here. And that is how we get it. Now, we only have 2 discounts in this case, so we'll stop it right here. Sorry. Okay. So it's the single equivalent rate of discount is equal to 1 minus parentheses 1 minus D1 times parentheses 1 minus D2. So let's put that in our Word document. So D single equivalent rate of discount is equal to 1 minus D1 times 1 minus D2. Okay, so there we are. All right, so we have to distinguish what is D1 and what is D2. So D1 is equal to 0.34, which is the decimal equivalent of this 34% up here. And D2 is equal to 0.18, which is this is the decimal equivalent of the 18%. All right, so now we can go and calculate this single equivalent rate of discount. All right, and that is equal to 1 minus 0.34 times 1 minus 0.18. So that would be equal to what? 1 minus 0.46, right? Times, we can use the multiplication if we wish. And so let's put times 1 minus 0.18. If we wish, we could use the calculator, and we will get 1 minus 0.18 would give us 0.82. So that would be 0.82, and we can check the other one right here, the 1 minus 0.34, that is 1 minus 0.34, and that gives us the 0.66, sorry. So there we go. So that should be 0.66. There we are. Okay, so that's it. Now, if we do that correctly, then we should get the single equivalent rate of discount. We can go and we can do the multiplication first. We go 0.66 and we multiply by 0.82 equals, okay? And then we could actually make it negative, or maybe we should record that number first so that we can continue the calculation properly. So it's 1 minus 0.5412, which would equal to, so we can make the 5412 negative and then add that to 1, and the answer would be 0.4588. 0.4588. All right, so if we wanted it as a decimal, as a percent, we could write it as what? We multiply by 100, so we will get 45.88%. Okay, so maybe we can put it on another line and have the display like this. DE is equal to 0.4588, or we could say in terms of a expressed as a percent, it would be 45.88%. Now let's go and see what is required of us for the answer. The answer is rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, so, and it has to be as a percent. So the answer is indeed 45.88 would be the correct answer that goes in there. All right, so what is the price of the bike before the 2 discounts? Okay, so let's paste that into the Word document. All right, so we want it before the 2 discounts, and here we go. So what would give us that? Well, we can go to the formula sheet, and here we are before the discount. So this one will work, except the D in this case will be the single equivalent rate of discount. So N is equal to L times 1 minus D. So let's use that. So N is equal to L times 1 minus, and let's put in the D sub E to make it proper. All right, so what do we know? Well, we know the N, that is net price or the discounted price, which would be 121.77. And the D sub E, which is the single equivalent rate of discount, is as a decimal 4588. All right, so now we can find L, which is the price of the bike before the 2 discounts. Okay, so maybe we can put that in here. L is equal to the price of the bike before the 2 discounts. All right. Okay. So next, here we go now. All right. So N is 121.77, and that's equal to L times 1 minus 0.4588. All right. So that now we can also go down and put 121.77 is equal to L times whatever that works out to be. So we can make this, sorry, it disappeared. All right, let's turn it back on. 1 minus 0.4588, and that would give us 0.5412. So 0.5412. Okay, so now we can go and calculate L. So L is equal to 121.77 divided by 0.5412. All right, which is equal to, or we could actually just hit the reciprocal of this and multiply by 121.77, and we get the answer as 225. All right, now if that was not very clear to you, all right, we'll go back and actually do this division here, 121.77, and divide that by 0.5412, and that gives us the 225. So that's the price of the bike before the discount. Okay, it was $225. So let's put the answers in green. The other answer was up here. That was required for the single equivalent rate of discount. And let's go back to the question right here and put in 225. It's rounded to the nearest dollar, so we do have it correctly rounded. And there we are. and the answer is correct. So that is quiz 10, question number 4. And with that, we will stop the recording.